When does a footballer's career truly change forever? Is it the split second before a brutal tackle, the moment the crowd gasps, or when the doctor quietly says, "It's serious"? Football gives us joy and chaos, but it also has moments so dark that stadiums fall silent and even rivals forget their rivalry. These are the injuries that didn't just hurt. They rewrote careers, seasons, and sometimes lives. And yes, football fans handle pain the same way they handle bad refereeing, by joking about it almost immediately. Number 9. Eduardo da Silva, the injury that broke more than a leg. 2008. Arsenal fans don't usually talk about this moment. They whisper about it like it's a ghost haunting the Emirates. In February 2008, Eduardo da Silva, one of the Premier League's most clinical finishers, was tackled by Martin Taylor during a match against Birmingham City. The impact was so brutal that even tough players turned away in horror. Commentators refused to show replays, and Arsenal's season emotionally collapsed faster than a defense trying to stop peak Thierry Henry. Eduardo eventually returned to football, but the explosiveness and instinct he once had never fully returned. The tragedy wasn't only the injury, it was the potential lost. He could have become a Premier League legend, but instead, he became the cautionary tale of how one mistimed tackle can rewrite history. Number 8. Abdelhak Nouri, the day football stopped breathing, 2017. Some injuries are painful, some are terrifying, and then there's Abdelhak Nouri, a moment so heartbreaking that even fans watching at home felt their chests tighten. During a preseason match in 2017, the 20-year-old Ajax midfielder suddenly collapsed due to cardiac arrhythmia. There was no dangerous challenge, no awkward fall, just a gifted young player who suddenly needed life-saving intervention. Ajax later confirmed severe and permanent brain damage. A career that was meant to shine for a decade ended in a single devastating moment. His number 34 shirt became a symbol across Europe, a reminder that footballers are not invincible and life can turn on a heartbeat. Nouri's story isn't about an injury that ended a career, it's about a moment that changed a life, and it remains one of football's darkest hours. Number 7. Fabrice Muamba, the night he fought death for 78 minutes, 2012. Football fans love exaggerating. "We died in the last minute," "that penalty killed me," "my team murdered my weekend." But Fabrice Muamba came frighteningly close to the real thing. In March 2012, during an FA Cup clash against Tottenham, the Bolton midfielder suddenly collapsed. His heart effectively stopped for 78 minutes. 78. Most football matches aren't even that dramatic. Medical teams worked miracles, and Muamba survived, something doctors later described as extraordinary. But the incident ended his career at just 24 years old. He retired not because he couldn't play, but because playing again could kill him. Despite the darkness, Muamba's survival became a symbol of hope. Today, he's a strong advocate for heart health in football, proof that sometimes careers end, but stories continue. Number 6. Ryan Mason, the skull fracture, that ended a career at 26, 2017. If there's one injury that changed concussion awareness in modern football, it's Ryan Mason's. In a match against Chelsea, Mason collided with Gary Cahill in what looked like a routine aerial duel. It wasn't. Mason fractured his skull so severely he needed a 14-plate reconstruction surgery. He spent months trying to return, pushing through dizziness, memory issues, and the knowledge that one more bad knock could be catastrophic. Doctors finally advised him to retire at 26, an age where most players are just hitting their prime. The inspiring part? Mason bounced back into the football world, eventually becoming a Tottenham coach and even managing the first team temporarily. His playing career was taken, but his football life wasn't. Number 5. Virgil van Dijk, the tackle that broke Liverpool's season. 2020. Some injuries don't end careers, they destroy seasons. In the 2020 Merseyside derby, Virgil van Dijk collided with Jordan Pickford in a challenge that instantly became one of the most replayed and debated moments of that year. Van Dijk walked off the pitch, but that walk ended with an ACL surgery. Without him, Liverpool's defense collapsed like a Jenga tower on a windy day. Emergency center backs were signed, midfielders were dragged backward into defense, and the team that once looked invincible suddenly looked very, very mortal. Van Dijk recovered, because of course he did. He's built like a Greek statue. But that one injury changed the trajectory of Liverpool's title defense. It showed that even the strongest walls fall when the foundation cracks. Number 4. Luke Shaw, the double fracture that nearly ended the Wonder Kid. 2015. Back in 2015, Luke Shaw looked like the next superstar full back of his generation. Fast, powerful, fearless. Then came that Champions League night against PSV. Hector Moreno's challenge left Shaw with a double leg fracture so gruesome that teammates immediately called for medics. Shaw missed almost a year, but the real battle wasn't physical, it was psychological. Every run, every tackle, every challenge suddenly came with a memory attached. His progression stalled, critics loudly doubted him, and his confidence flickered like a faulty stadium floodlight. But Shaw fought back. He rebuilt his game, his fitness, and his mentality. Today, he's a respected England and Manchester United defender. Proof that some stories bend but do not break. Number 3. Harvey Elliott, the teenager who lost a season but not his spark. 2021. Harvey Elliott was 18 and flying through opponents like the Premier League was his personal playground. Then came the match against Leeds United and a challenge that left his ankle bent in a direction Mother Nature never approved of. The reaction told the whole story. Players froze, referees panicked, the stadium fell silent. Elliott underwent surgery and spent months in recovery instead of building his breakout season. But unlike older players, Elliott had youth on his side. He returned stronger, sharper, and more determined. And the experience added a maturity to his game that most teenagers don't gain until years later. His injury was terrifying, but it didn't write the final chapter of his story. Number 2. Neymar, when a star's body becomes his toughest opponent, 2023 to 2025. Neymar's career isn't defined by one injury, it's defined by a relentless series of them. His most devastating came in October 2023 when he tore his ACL and meniscus while playing for Brazil. For a player whose game relies on acceleration, agility, and those leave defenders crying dribbles, it was a brutal setback. This injury added to years of ankle and foot problems, forcing Neymar to miss major tournaments and derailing his peak years. The football world didn't just lose a season of Neymar, it lost a version of him we might never see again. The sad irony? His creativity attracted defenders like a Black Friday sale attracts shoppers. The more he dribbled, the more he was fouled. And slowly, the injuries piled up like unwanted souvenirs. Number 1. Gavi, the ACL tear that silenced a superstar in the making. 2023 to 2025. Gavi plays football like he's plugged directly into an energy source the rest of us can't access. But in 2023, during a Spain match, that energy came to a frightening halt. He tore his ACL and damaged his meniscus, a devastating injury for any player, let alone a teenager. Barcelona and Spain lost one of their brightest talents for the season. In 2025, complications required additional surgery, further delaying his return. Gavi will recover, youth is on his side. But these injuries arrived at a pivotal point in his development. They didn't end his career, but they dramatically reshaped it. And that brings us to the end of some of the darkest, most heartbreaking moments football has ever seen. If you enjoyed this deep dive and want more powerful stories from the world of football, the triumphs, the tragedies, the moments that change everything, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new upload. Thanks for watching, take care of yourselves, and, as always, see you in the next one.